Alrighty, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you guys are watching this, welcome back to the live stream working on the Freedom Tracker app. So, in the last couple live streams, we're just putting together kind of like our background images and stuff. So, like, we finally have a system where you can kind of actually see the themes coming through and the colors and everything. Excuse me, I just took a drink of coffee and I have a little bit of hiccup. So now what our plan is to get the text going and then also get the rest of like the spacing components and layout components kind of figured out, which will go inside this components folder, like our box, stack, stuff like that, and that will kind of be used to lay out the things. And we also need to get the text so it's not just a black plain text. So that's the first thing we're going to work on today. We're going to go basically in Figma and go down this line to like the H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. And then we'll have like body. So we'll do body large and so on and so forth. I think what we'll do is just do like large. And then we'll have variants where we have large, like semi-bold, regular large, and then like large underlined or something. So I'm going to base it loosely off of the design system that I generated through ChatGPT, and then we'll kind of go off of that basically, and then kind of build it our own style. Because like basically what we're going to do is we're going to build some semantic-ish tags, because there is like a paragraph tag that it generated for us and like a article tag or something like that. But I'm just going to make headings, and then we'll make like body, and then if we need more we can make more, whatever. So that's kind of the plan for today. We need to hop into our components, and we'll go ahead and create a new component, and we're going to go ahead and call this text. So let's go ahead and call this and I don't know like why we built, I guess because we have types for it. That makes sense. Text slash text.tsx. We'll also make types.ts. I don't know if we're gonna use the types or not. I guess we do have some types. So first off, for types, we're gonna go and say type, and let's export type and give ourselves some space. Export type, and this is gonna go ahead and be, I'm gonna say text variant so that we're not getting confused in different namespaces. And we need to import these variants from somewhere. So these come from our theme. Okay, so we need to basically the key of type of, and then this is going to come from like our themes basically. So basically we need to go into our themes and typography. And then this is going to be typography, I guess. And this we might be able to get this from index. So let's see here. This is type of typography. Can we get this from here? And will this work? One, it won't work. Whoops. And two, what are we doing, bro? Stop it, get some help. Okay, so it does not like this. Type of, let's see, typography, export type typography is equal to this object. So we might not have to do type of maybe, because I'm guessing they're using, yeah, they're not. So I don't know that we have to do this because we already have typography. I'm gonna go and get rid of that. We might still need to like cast it as a key of, so that might still be a challenge that we have to deal with. So that will be fun, but we can also say type. We can try this as well. And I'm gonna go and say typography color or text color is equal to key of, we might need to do this one, return type and type of use theme, and make sure this comes from our design system, and hopefully this one works. If this one doesn't work, we'll just start saying YOLO, theme, and then we have colors, and really we need colors and text. This needs to be our text colors, so that'll be fun. And then we can go ahead and export, and let's make sure we export this. Export type text color, export, and we're gonna say interface, and this will be our text props. This is going to extends. We need to import this. This is RN text props, but we need to go ahead and import our React Native text as this. Let's come up here. We're going to import, and we're going to go ahead and import text as React Native text. And this is going to be from React-Native. And we also need some text props. So we're going to say text props as React Native text props. Cool. Now we can go ahead and say export interface like so, and then this will be our text props. Now, I guess it won't matter as much because we're going to be importing the semantic versions of these. I was going to say it might be better to not call it text, but we're going to be using the semantic version, so it's fine. And this is going to extend our React Native text props like so, and then this will take in a variant which we don't have access to. So variant, let's just create, let's say export type text variant, and this will be interesting. We could probably say like key of, and then say typography, maybe key of. It doesn't like me trying to say typography. Yeah, oh, it's because I don't have an equal to key of typography. I'm not very good at this type of TypeScript. So basically the variant is going to be so we might be able to mess with this. This might work. Key of type of, and like really though, I don't know that this matters. Like we could just say like, I guess we could just say, the thing is it's kind of like an H1, H2, H3. So it's like, do we just instead say text variant and just kind of deal with it? It's like H1, H2, and we can probably just do lowercase h1, h2. The only problem, h3, that we're going to run into is how do we parse this? We can kind of deal with that in a little bit. h5, and this is going to be kind of ugly. h6, and then we'll have a, how do we want to do this? Body x small, maybe, because I'm trying to think of how we want to deal with this. I mean, we could also try and think about like the best way we could do this. I mean, because the thing is, we're not going to pass the whole object, right? We're just going to pass a variant. And like we have different tiers. So we have the headers, we have the body. So like, do we just do the body large? do we just do it like this? Let's just do it like this and kind of see what it looks like. And then if we don't like it, I guess we can change it. I guess that's always something we can do. I think it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to, although the thing is, like, we can always just like straight up change this, right? So I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Text variant. And then we also need like a secondary variant that's like, because we also have like decoration, right? And we also have, we come back in here, we have also bold, underlined, and then this is just like our extra small, medium, large. I guess we don't have an XL, so we can get rid of XL. So basically, we also need like an optional like semi-bold, I guess, that we can toggle. But that can just be a Boolean, I guess. And then we also need like a decoration, which can also be, so I guess we could just add in like underlined and then whatever. So I guess we don't need this. We do need the React Native text. So variant we'll keep, and then we'll say color, color question mark, and then this one be our text color. Okay, and then we can also go ahead and say align. So this one, align, will either be left, and let's keep this consistent here. I'm sure this isn't consistent across the rest of the app, but whatever. Align can be left, or it can be center, or it can be right. And then I also want to add a optional, so I also want to add an optional underline, which would just be a Boolean. Then I also want to semi-bold, which is going to be an optional Boolean as well. So we're going off of what, like we're basing this off of the, whatever this is called, we're basing this off of the design system that ChatGPT built for us, but we're also updating it a little bit. So we actually didn't need the React Native text in there, we just needed the text props, because we wanted this to extend the text props. Okay, so that should be fine, I think. The text variant we might end up changing a little bit, just because this might need to be slightly different. But I think maybe we can get away with this, I'm not sure. We'll see. Alright, so let's come back into our text component. Let's import React from React. And let's import our text as rn text from our React-native. Okay. And we can grab our use theme from our design system. And then we can also import our, so this has text variants. We're going to grab our typography from our tokens. And then now we can go and say export const. This is our base component. So text, and this is going to be a react.fc. Okay, and then this is going to go ahead and take in. And really, we don't have to do it like this, I guess. I don't think this is how we did box. How do we do these ones in our layouts? Okay, we did call react.fc. Okay, I just want to make these kind of consistent. So let's say text, and this will be a react.fc, and this is going to go ahead and take in our color props, which it looks like we didn't export, equal to, we'll go and grab those. So variant by default, we'll go ahead and say body medium. That's going to be like our default. And then Color will go ahead and we'll need to deal with color. Align will equal to left. And then we need to go ahead and have it's going to add a semi-bold, semi-bold, going to equal to false by default. And our what's the other one called? Semi-bold's equal to false, underline will equal to false. And like we almost need like a second variant. Like we almost need like a size and then a variant. Let's do that actually. Let's make this called size. And then we'll have a variant. Size. And then we'll have a variant. And this will equal to, I don't want to call it none. But we'll have a body, we'll have a size. We might have like a type size variant. And then we could do, can be messy. Let's do this really quick. This is broken anyway, so I'm just gonna delete this. And do this really quick. And then return our RN text. This might have to be inside of a view. That's fine, okay. So what we're gonna do actually, we're gonna keep our color. We're gonna go ahead and say export type text type is equal to key of, and then this is going to go ahead and be type of typography. Typography. So this will be our heading and body basically. So then we can go ahead and say type will be our optional text type. So then that can be P for heading. And then what we'll do is we'll have variant. So now variant, or wait, we want size. So size. So now instead of like H1, H2, H3, size question mark text size, we're getting a little bit more granular than we probably should here. But then basically what we do is we take this type of key of type of typography dot heading, or, and let's spell this right, key of typography, or key of type of, and then this one would be typography dot body. So now we have for heading, we'll look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then body will be like small whatever. So like if we go back into our typography, we have like heading 1 through 6, and then body we have x small link, so on and so forth. Now we are gonna have some difficulties with like, we'll probably just ignore, I guess, I don't know, we'll see. And then variant, how do we want to deal with variant? So variant, we can just say export type and then text variant will be equal to, this one we won't do key of type of, we'll just have none, I guess. Or maybe we'll just have it optional and we'll just check to see if there's a variant, and then this can be underlined version, or it can be a semi-bold version. And I guess we're gonna kind of get into some wonky stuff here. And then, I mean, technically we might also want a bold underline. So like, it's technically possible maybe. So maybe we go ahead and say like underlined. This one isn't in our thing. We can say underlined semi-bold and kind of have like a have that as well, and then that can be optional. By default it'll be just nothing. Okay, so I kind of like where this is going. We are exporting it, so let's see why we can't figure out how to import this. So import this is text props from types. There we go. Okay, now we can go ahead and add this in. Text props. Open this up. So then we can have variant. And variant by default will equal to, actually we don't want bold. Let's start with like size. Let's see here. So text types. Okay, we'll start type. Like this. Paste it in there. Okay, so type will equal to body by default. Size will equal to medium. I don't remember what we called this. And we're gonna have a fun time, it looks like, so that's cool. Typography, body, we just call it medium? Yeah, medium, okay. So we'll kind of deal with these issues as we have them. Variant will just be nothing by default. Color will equal to, and this one, I don't remember what our colors look like, but I look at our typography or our colors. This would be like, and I don't remember, I think, did we, oh, this is in our theme, isn't it? So themes, and then our dark, so our text would be like headings, I guess, or let's say body as well. Align, we can just default this to left. We have a mess here, we'll figure it out. Figure out what's going wrong. I'm not keeping anything consistent, so that's also nice. Okay. And then we don't need underline or semi-bold. We can actually get rid of these. It actually fixed it. Holy cow, it fixed itself. What are the odds? And then come into the types. We don't need this. We don't need this. It's actually a miracle this fixed itself. Okay, we're also going to go ahead and bring in style. And this is going to come from the React Native text props. And then just bring in the rest of the text props as well. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and come in here. Oops, not break everything. So now we can go and say const and theme is equal to use theme. And this needs to come from our, yep, I think this is how we've been using theme. Let's double check our background gradient. No, we do wrap it, okay. Go ahead and wrap this in theme. Like so, okay. And then we need the color, I'm assuming. Or actually, no, it's just the variant. So this is going to be interesting. So basically, what we'll do is we'll say const and text properties, I guess. And this will equal to, so this one's saying text variants, variant, and return. So this will be typography. And then here, typography will be type. To be interesting, typography type. And then from there, we'll go forget what the last part is. Typography type. and then it'll be size. Okay, of course it's not gonna work. We'll just have to mess with this. But that should be correct, I think. So we go into our typography and our tokens, typography. So yeah, we have our type, which is our heading, and then we have our size. So it doesn't like this, even though this should be a key of. Yeah, so this should be a key of type of, and key of type of here as well. So type and size should be valid. So that's interesting. I don't know if we need to do backticks, $sign curly brace. No. Okay, we'll figure out what's going on with this in a second. I'm just gonna ignore it for now. So we're gonna keep moving. Now the color. We need to get the actual color as well. And that's gonna come from our theme, I think. Which I think that's fine. As well. Let's just try to put this together and see what happens. So inside of here, we'll go ahead and open this up. And then this will go ahead and say style equal to, and then we have not that, curly braces, and this. And then here, color is going to be theme.colors. And then this one is going to be text. And then our color. Yeah, it doesn't like that either, so that's fun. We'll have to deal with that. And then next we're going to go ahead and have font. Oops. Font and family. And font family is going to go ahead and be, oh, it's because we also need this probably. Like so. Color. Then font family is going to go ahead and be our theme dot typography. And honestly, like, I guess we don't even need to get the text properties because we can literally say theme, and we can go ahead and say type, and then we can go ahead and say the size, and then dot font family, I'm assuming is what I called it. It does not like the theme.typography part, but I think we can figure that out. So if we go into our theme dark and come down to where our typography is, I think we basically just heading, heading, and then the different headings, and then body and the different bodies. So that means, and let's double check that this typography, it does have font, it does have family and weight. So let's go ahead and make sure this is called family. This is not font family, this is just going to be family. And then we'll have our font weight, theme.typography, type, size, and then dot, and then this one is font weight, I believe we called it. We don't actually need this text properties. Whoops. Not working anyway, so. And we can get rid of this typography as well. Okay. So there's that. So now we have our font family, our font weight. And I think we want to deal with, I don't know what variant style does in this case. I'm just going to ignore that. I guess it just has the font size, font weight, and line height on it. Okay, makes sense, I guess. I mean, I guess I could have technically done something similar to that, but it is what it is. So now, if we come back into types, or actually go back into our typography, we're just kind of stumbling around here. So now we want size and line height. Let's throw that in here as well. So we'll go ahead and say, I don't know if it's font size, or yeah, font size, theme, typography, type, size, dot font I think I actually just called it size. Because like if we say, so I think color is fine. So this one, the colors, this whole like I wonder if instead of trying to deal with typography, what if we did this? Key of return type, type of use theme. What if we did this? And then did theme, and then typography, and then here, so this one would just be theme typography, and then that'll be body and whatever. And then what if we did the same thing here? So key of, we're just trying things. Key of return type, type of use theme. And then here we'll go ahead and have theme. And then we'll have typography. And then we'll have heading. Or well, our union type key of, let's see if this wants to work, because the other one is working. And then type of use theme, and then do this, and then we'll do theme, and we'll do typography. This is kind of probably a messy way of doing this, but whatever. And get rid of this completely. Does not like this. Font family, theme, dang it, theme typography. Like, why does this part not work? Maybe theme, like if we say theme dot typography dot heading 1 dot family, that is valid. But if we say theme this, and then the thing is, this type is supposed to be heading or body. What if we say as key of, this is kind of annoying though. No, it does not like that. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna deal with this. So this is font family. We'll fix it in a second. It should work. And then we'll have our line height. It's gonna be theme dot, excuse me, typography type size dot line height. And we'll deal with these type errors in a second. Okay, so there's that, and then under this style, we'll also go ahead and throw in style from here. Okay, and then after this, we can come down here, say dot 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 props. Except it does not like dot 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 props. Oh, it's because this should come in here, like so. I feel like this should also take in children, but who am I to say? Let's see. We'll just see what happens, I guess. So now we can make our variants. Now I can say headings .tsx. Then inside of headings, we can import React from React. We can import our text from our / text, and then export const h1 equal to, and I would rather this be react.fc, and this will go ahead and be our text props. Make sure this comes in from our types. Okay, I can't see anything. Please get out of the way. Thank you. Equal to props. And I'm going to break it apart at this point. I'm just going to say equal to props. And this is a text props. That's probably overkill. And then we can go ahead and return. And they're just using auto return, so we can also do that as well. Equal to text. This is going to come in from that, I believe. And then we need to add in our variant. Then we need to add in like our size, variant, and all that stuff. Come in here. Our type, size, variant, so on and so forth. Yoink this. So now inside headings, paste this in. So type, it's fine, equal to body. And actually this is going to be type heading. And then size will be interesting because size will actually equal, say, 1. See if that works. Variant. We can skip. We don't have a variant on this. Color will be, I think we have a heading. Let's see. Headings we do. The bot color will be headings. Align we don't need. We can get rid of that. And then we don't need style or props because we can just say ... props. Then we can just do one of these, wrap this guy, say ... props, and then we can close out this text. Let's make sure we get rid of the rest of these, like so. There we go. So now we have that. I think the bigger issue here is the fact that, like, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's not the text type. I thought the size was maybe the issue, but it's also mad at us about this. Like, it's mad at us about type and size. Like, if we say dot type dot, and then say like small, for example, it's still mad at us. But if we go ahead and say like typography body small, is it not font family? Is it just called family? Like, this is fine, but as soon as you throw in the type and size, it's not happy with us, even though those are key of whatever. So the other option, I'm wondering, and maybe we can play around with this, is instead of doing this, we keep the, like, here, this one is fine for some reason, but specifically a typography is not happy. And I'm getting hung up on this. Element implicitly has any type, but it doesn't. And this one's no overload smash call. I don't care about that. But it doesn't have any type. That's the thing. Whatever. I don't want to get hung up on this. I want to get this done, test it, and make sure it's working. And then we can deal with type errors. So H2. And now this is just going to be 2. And this is going to get pretty, pretty granular here. But this will be nice to kind of have. And we can also still create like a custom text with like a heading with the size and like some other properties. Like we can make an underlined one and stuff like that. But this will be like our primaries. H5. and then go ahead and make an H6. Okay. There we go. Terrific. And then now, so we do need to do a little bit extra work inside text. So we're also gonna want to say like, I don't think that we added in, oh, we did add in variant. So how do we want to deal with variant? We need to deal with variant. Const generate variant styles equal to, then I guess we can just like do a switch on this, which is kind of yucky, but it is what it is. So go ahead and say, first we'll say if not variant, then we'll just go ahead and return an empty array or empty object. Otherwise we'll go ahead and say case for variant, or not case, whoops, switch on variant, like so. And maybe we do we could probably just say like let variant equal to an object, like so, and then which case let's just do this. So case for variant equaling semibold will return, although we already have font weight. But the thing is, I think font weight depends on what we could do is return. I don't know how this is going to work though. We might have to do so font weight's gonna have to be different. We'll say const generate font weight, like so, equal to this. And then now the font weight will be, we'll check to see if we have a variant. So if our variant and the variant is equal to semi-bold, or variant is equal to, this is kind of ugly, but it is what it is, and variant is equal to underlined, oh my goodness, underlined semi-bold. So if that's the case, we'll return one thing, otherwise we'll return something else. So if the variant is semi-bold or underlined semi-bold, we'll go ahead and get the font weight, return our theme.typography, and then we'll get type, and then size, we'll go ahead and do backticks $sign curly brace. This is going to be interesting because this is really going to be not happy with us. Because I think inside, this is going to be like really not happy with us, because what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're going to say size, and then the variant or underlined dot, and then font weight. Like that's what we're gonna do. Otherwise we'll just return theme.typography type, and then size.font weight. Let's double check this typography. It's actually just weight. But yeah, so then it'll be, if it's S, and it needs to be called SB. We come back in the text. And this shouldn't be underlined, this should be SB. So semi-bold. And this is a mess right now, but we'll fix it. And this is actually just called weight. And then let's go ahead and add weight here. We don't need that though, because we actually want our generate font weight. Like so. Okay. So let's see if there's like any way we can actually get this to stop being an annoying bitch. So if we go ahead and say const and type is equal to, and let's go ahead and say heading, right? And if we come back into here, that's what I did, right? Or inside of typography, that's the first one. Heading, yes. If we say heading, let's actually say body. And then let's say const size is equal to, just to make it easy on ourselves, medium. That actually fixed it. I think our issue this should be weight, obviously. Dot weight. Now this breaks everything down here for some reason, but probably because color, no? Now why is this broken? I don't know why this is broken now, but okay. I mean, I probably could just throw the typography in there. Right? Because, like, the only thing is... How do we want to do this? I mean, we could do type and then variant instead of size, because our typography has... We can just pass in this x small link, x small, whatever. We're kind of all over the place today. Like, I'm thinking we just make these strings. We get rid of size, then turn variant. Like, what if we just do this? So text variant will be a string. Like, what if we just do this? Take the easy way out. Text variant string. Don't need this. We don't need... We'll keep color. We don't need type. Size we won't need. But we'll keep type. And then type is also a string. So if we do this, right? We don't need this. The type will still be this. And then variant can be like medium. And now let's figure out how we can make this work. Now size is obviously gone. So now basically we can get rid of all this junk. So here's the thing, right? So like if we say like const and then font or like text properties, right? Or text styles equal to theme, and then we can go and say theme dot typography. We can even do this typography. And then what we want to do dot, and we have body and heading, right? So then we want to like have our type, and then we want to have our variant like that. And now this is broken. Theme.typography. And we can't say .type, we need to do it like this. So now if we say theme.typography and then we just put body in here, and then we also put, let's say, medium, that is valid. So now let's force these to be true. So like, how can we do this? So const, let's say const, let's see here. So, and then like what we'd want to do is get rid of this. We'll keep the color, basically. Because font family and all of this stuff. Although the issue now is that inside of our typography, we actually didn't say font family. We said family, weight, size, and line height. So then what we'd have to do is remap this, which is suboptimal. But if we can at least get this out, let's just try to get this type safe. Let's see here. We'll deal with all this later. So now we have our text styles. And then basically we could say like font family is text styles. And then dot family, basically. And then font weight will be text styles dot weight. This is not the greatest way to do this, but it is what it is. Text styles dot, and then this will be size, and then line height would be, we need to fix this, text styles dot and height, like so. Let's do this, this. Okay, now it's mad at me. Love to see it. Why are we mad now? Interesting. Even though these should all be valid. I don't know why this is mad now. Type string, okay, I don't care. No overloads, match this call. No overloads, match this call. Maybe, is it not font size? Let's double check these. Definitely font family. And then this should be text styles dot family, which is a string. Okay, so that one's fine. So what's your problem? Next one was, let's see here. Font size. Font size is a field, which is a number undefined. Text styles dot size is a number. I don't know what was broken about this. Font and weight. Text styles dot weight. Which one was broken? It's weight. So weight is supposed to be what? Font weight is supposed to be medium, normal, bold, 100, yada yada yada. So what if we say font weight, text styles, it's a number. Dot weight as text styles. And what's this supposed to be? This is supposed to be font weight is a text style dot font weight. Because it is one of these numbers. Text styles dot weight as text style dot font or dot weight or something. Forgot what this was actually called. Bro, I am so bad at this game. Font weight is dot text style dot font weight. I'll get it one of these days. And this one may come from the right place. Text style dot font weight. Okay, it went away. That's good enough for me. And then now font size, font family, and then what else do we want here? How do we want to deal with this? Because like really, I mean, maybe we can just do underlined. We need font weight, font size, color. What else are we looking at here? Forget what else we're missing. But font weight, we need line height. That's the last thing we need. Line height be text styles dot line height, which I'm assuming is probably fine. And then we'll say decoration, text decoration is text styles dot. See, now here's the thing. Some of these are going to have a text decoration and some of them won't. Because if we said body, medium, link, then this will have text decoration. And then we can say as text style and then text decoration style. And that's the thing. Sometimes this isn't going to exist. And that's going to be mad at us because of this. That's what we get for not being very consistent. So do we redesign how our headings work? Like, do we redesign how our typography tokens work? I don't think we do. But it is slightly annoying that this is an issue. Also, this types is working off of So do we have a straight up interface for this? We have a types. We have our theme itself, but we don't have like an interface specifically for typography. This kind of doo-doo. We have these objects. Like, we could in theory go into our types and be like export type and say like heading props is equal to, and we can make an interface even if we want to, export interface and heading props, and paste this in. And then we have what our headings look like. We can also say export interface, and this can be like our body props. This should maybe be inside of like this typography instead, but it is what it is. I don't really care at this point. And then go into our theme. We can clean this up later. We can grab this body. So yoink this. And I mean, we could also just straight up add an optional underline that some exist, some don't, right? So like we could just straight up say like export interface, and we can call this like, we can't call it text properties, but like text style properties, props. And then so this could actually be line height, could actually end up being like a text style from React Native, and then this will go ahead and be line height, and that might save us some trouble. And then our, would we just call this decoration? Come back into our typography, yeah, text decoration. Now we can also have text decoration, which is optional, text style of type text decoration style. Like in theory, we could do something like this. Go into our text, and then now this theme as a text style prop. And then we can check to see if that text decoration exists. Now we just need to get the types to actually work. So like now, like we want the const and type, like we almost want like const type key equal to, and then we also want to say like type as, and then key of, we'll try this, type as key of, we might bring in typography again. Let's try to bring in typography really quick. I don't know why it never wants to import, but we'll go ahead and whatever was bringing here, import. I didn't think some text would take this long. Typography, like type key is equal to, and then we can say equal to type, and then what if we say as key of, and then typography. I don't know why. So like, is it because key of, maybe we have to do something similar to this. Well, this is a mess right now. Maybe we have to do something similar to this where we have return type. What if we try this? So as is equal to, now we'll go ahead and say type as key of return type, type of typography, No. We tried this key of, type of, and then we tried this already. That one works, but does type key allow us to go? Does it allow us to put type key in there? It does not. Okay. Why? Why are you being such a pain in the ass? Okay, let's make a new chat and deal with this type error. So we actually don't need this as this anymore. Okay, I guess we do need as that. Whatever, I guess we'll keep it. So let's see here. I have a TypeScript. I'm pretty sure it's an interface. What if we... An interface, right? No, it's just an object. I don't know that I've pushed this yet. I have a TypeScript object. It looks like this. The problem is, it's hard for me to copy paste out of this. I might be able to grab it though. Let me see here. Let's see what we can do. And design system. This is our tokens. Topography. Just open with Visual Studio. Sure. Allow. Okay. Didn't copy it. Of course it didn't copy it. Why would it? Piece of crap. Can you please copy this? There we go. And let's see here. So we have this. We probably need to give it some context. Let's also grab the text type. Let's see. I am building a React native design system. And I am currently having trouble with type errors in my text component. I have the typography token object that looks like this. Okay. And my text component looks like this. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Okay, so let's open up our, let me look. So this is in components, text, types, allow, that's fine. Paste that in. And then go back into our text. And then we'll go ahead and delete this. And we'll go ahead and say type and variant. Now variant's working. It's just type broken. Interesting. Close out of this. And then let's go and open up the actual text component. Hopefully I saved it. Did not save it. So variant is fine, which is interesting. That's interesting. I am having troubles getting the type prop to properly type or to work properly as a key of the typography token object, and it's causing a type error. Can you please help me get rid of the error? I don't know that this is going to be granular enough for what we want. We'll see. We've tried this. Okay, let's see if this actually works. So we already had this. Add as const. So TypeScript preserves this. So if we come, so it wants us to come into typography, come in here, say as const. See if this breaks. I don't know that's broken anything yet. Okay, so that's fine. We added as const to a typography. And then we want to come into our... I don't know where they're doing this at. Maybe inside of the types. Or maybe... Let's just throw it in text for now and we can kind of play around with it. So then... Yeah, this should probably be in here. Types. Export type. Typography is equal to type of typography. Okay. And then export type, and then text type is equal to key of typography. See if this actually works. It says any. Don't love that. And then export type. This one is text variant. Equal to, and then this one is gross. It says key T extends text type equal to key of, and then here we have typography T. Whoops. Okay, so now in our text props, how does this work? Because now we're not even, oh, we just have and. So now for our text props, let's see here. I don't like text style. So the text style might just come from Yeah, React Native. Okay. So now what they do is we have a type. I don't know that we use this style props anymore. I wonder if we go into here and say const typography, or we'll go ahead and say type key is equal to our type as, and we'll go ahead and try to say this text type, bucket type. What if we say type key here now? Nope. No can do, it says. Okay. Let's see. I guess let's continue here. Make our props generic. We can try that, I guess. Types. Oops. Now we have our text props. Get rid of this part. Type of theme. Import this from our design system. And then style prop from React Native. Let's see what happens now. So now we have our text props. Whatever, I guess that's probably fine. Now in our component, we'll see if this gives us the flexibility that we want or not. And what did they call this? It's still called text props, okay. Go and import this from import text props from our, why is this not showing up? Did I not export this? Did not. Okay, export type text props. Props from types. Okay. So now in here, type is equal to body as t, and text is going to equal to this is yummy. Okay, let's deal with this now. Now they're saying, let's just get rid of this. Okay, now export const text equal to t extends text type. Okay, equal to body. Interesting. And then we have our type equal to body as t. We have the variant. And then color is equal to, and this should be like text or something. I don't remember what the color looks like. We'll have to deal with that in a second. And really, I don't want to pass the color. We'll see. And then that's color going from theme. Called text. But really, we don't want to pass the color. Oh wait, no, it's theme of colors text. Okay, that's fine. So really, we don't need to pass the color though. I guess we could customize it. I guess that doesn't hurt anything. The color would be body, I guess. That's fine. Align would equal to left. And this is scuffed right now, but I guess we'll fix it. Pass in style. Dot dot dot. Props. Let's just see what happens. And then this is going to be text props. Type T. This got more complicated than I hoped it would. So align shouldn't be align items, it should be align left. And let's make sure we say equal to. Okay, so we don't have any errors for now. Const theme is equal to use theme. See if we get this working. And then const resolved variant equal to variant, or we'll say type equal to body, question mark, we'll do medium body, otherwise we'll do heading 1. Okay, we say const text styles, the theme dot typography, and then we can go ahead and throw type and resolved variant. And it still doesn't like it. So I did all that work for nothing. Const text styles equal to theme typography type and resolved variant. Still have a type error. Use a helper function to enforce mapping. Get text styles. We can try that, but we're just going to go down a rabbit hole that probably doesn't work either. We can try that, I guess. Const get text styles. T ends and then text type. I love TypeScript sometimes. Typography. This is of type typography. Make sure this comes from our types. Okay. Type T. Variant. Oops. Variant is a text variant of type T. This isn't going to work. There's zero shot this works. I guess we probably do want to call this function since it's weird. Function. Okay. Return typography of type variant. That one is correct. So then we can say const resolved variant is equal to variant. And then we'll say type is equal to body, question mark. Then we can go ahead and say medium. Otherwise 1 as text variant and T. Get rid of this. Have a resolved variant. And then we can say const text styles is equal to get text styles, pass in theme.typography, pass in the type, pass in the resolved variant. Okay, theme.typography is not happy. Let's see here. Is it because, let's see here. We might be able to just pass in typography. Let's see. Well, if we just import typography. Oh my goodness, typography from our tokens. God damn it. Now resolved variant is still broken. Brother, I hate you, TypeScript. TypeScript is something, isn't it? Spelled theme wrong. Holy shnikes. Holy moly. Holy, this is disgusting. We might finally be getting somewhere. Maybe. And of course, textiles is broken. Textiles. We have to call Get textiles should be returning typography type. We shouldn't need so why is this not returning? Because it returns doesn't actually return what we need. Because like this is returning this is returning the entire thing. This isn't even actually returning what we need. Like we still have to go like type variant and then we'd have to do family, and that's just gonna be mad at us. Bro, I hate this so much. I hate TypeScript. Been working for an hour and a half and haven't gotten anything done. This is like worse. I'm undoing all this. This didn't help at all. I love that for us. TypeScript be fighting us today, bro. Undo all this shit. This didn't do anything for us. Okay. So, so like the thing is, this text color works. And this type of typography works as well. So like, if we did export type and said like text type is equal to like key of typography, like so. Like, what is this going to equal to? And go ahead and said text type. This part isn't mad. Now obviously we don't have text styles anymore. So we said theme.typography of type. Type is body or head as text type. And then said like let's undo this again. Go and bring in text styles again. Const text styles is equal to, and text styles will be equal to, whoops, text styles will equal to text style props. Equal to, let's figure out this stupid ass shit. This would be theme.typography dot, and let's just say body, and then we'll just say medium. Import this. Okay. So I think since we're basing this off of theme typography, we want to go based off of this. We go back in the types. Because we have this typography. Like, what if we said, what if we tried this again? Key of return type of use theme. What if we go back to this? Theme and then typography. So that's our typography. So then we can say text type is of type this. So now our type is equal to let's see here. Now it says string or number or a symbol iterator. But the problem is so type as, and maybe we need to resolve the type. Like, what we say const resolved type key is equal to type as and maybe it's because it could be empty as well. type question mark. And then we can go ahead and say like, otherwise we'll say, although it's already set as body. So like resolve type is equal to type as. So this is what I don't understand. Why is type the issue here? So typography. I think this straight up is doing what we want. And type is straight up a text type. And to make our lives a little bit easier, let's call this text type. Text type. That way it's not just saying like type and we're not getting, it might be text type as text type. Why is this a problem? Okay. So this part is fine. This part is fine, actually. Like we could say like resolved type. And now we have a type. But the problem is, I think, resolved type could be, I think that's where the issue's coming from. Because we have a resolved type, but now if we have our const resolved styles equal to resolved type of variant, that's the issue. Because we can get the type now. Oops. Resolved types. So I think we need to flatten this. I think we just need to flatten our typography, to be honest. I think we flatten this and make it easier, like our theme types. I think we flatten this, export interface typography. And then here inside typography, we just have this. I think we just like flatten this basically. Text decoration would be an optional. And this will be a string. And I think we font family this. like that. And then font weight this to make it easier on ourselves. And font weight will be a text style. And then font family for font weight. And then we'll have font size be a number. Line height can just be a number. And then text decoration can be an optional. And then text style. And then this will be a text decoration style. Right, so that'll be that. And then what we'll have is inside of our typography. Get rid of this. And then we'll just have like H1. Which is and this might be jank as hell. I don't know if you can have numbers in this. You can, okay. We don't have like H1 is a typography, right? And then we'll just flatten this to make it a lot easier on ourselves. We should have done this from the start. Okay, we'll flatten this. Have our H1 through H6s. And then we'll have our body SM. Body SM. SB. Maybe we say underscore SB. Well, let's do this, I guess. I don't love that. I don't know that we're gonna get the flexibility that we want out of this. So I'm thinking about taking out. I mean, we can always override stuff, right? With styles and whatnot. I just don't know if we're gonna get the flexibility that I want, but this is probably fine, I guess. Because really, I just like to have like size and then the variant. Yes, it is the matrix. Body, medium, typography. Yeah, I don't think I like this. I think we're gonna get rid of these. Body large. We'll do a body X small. I don't know what's going on right now, brother. I've got a mess on my hands right now. Okay, we'll delete that. I was gonna break everything, which is fine. Now I need to go H1, H2. Basically just been fighting this code the entire morning. That's been really fun. H4. I'm glad we're in the same boat about not knowing what's going on. We're on the same page here. H5, H6. And then body X small. Really, I'm gonna do body large first because it's going biggest to smallest. Body small. Just literally just trying to put text on the screen and we didn't get anywhere. So it feels good. Okay. We don't need to change the typography part. Get rid of this. Okay. We do need to change the. I'm guessing this is mad because it doesn't conform. Missing props, yeah. It's fine. So now our properties inside types, go up to our typography. This should make our lives a little bit easier. Honestly, I'm getting rid of the text decoration and the font. We probably do want the font weight. We might get rid of the text decoration. Get rid of the text decoration. I think we want the font weight though. Okay. Now in our theme, yoink this guy. Oh, I might need to get up in a sec. It's about time to end stream anyway. We didn't get shit done. That's new. Okay, so now font family. Be typography. Whoops. Typography. That heading. 1 dot family. Family probably could have been like a global thing, but it is what it is. Font weight would be typography. Whoops, typography. Heading 1 dot weight as text style of, and then this is font weight. Font size would be typography dot heading of 1 dot size. Whoops. Heading 1 dot size. And then line height would be typography. Whoops. Typography dot heading 1 dot line height. Beautiful. Now this should be more reusable. Doing this, paste it to paste it. Throw 3 in here. 3 3 3 3. Paste it. 4 4 4 4. This is what I get for wanting this to look nice. 5 5. Reusable. 5. I could have just cobbled this together and not dealt with any of this and had more progress done, but it is what it is. Okay. Now this will be typography body. Body dot large dot family. Then we get to do this. Yoink. Paste. Yoink. Paste. Yoink. And paste. We go again. Yoink. Paste. Body medium. 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 Yoink and paste. Small. Small. small, small, paste. And we have X small. Oops. X small. And then X small. There's some stuff we might still refactor here. But it is what it is. X. Oops. X small. Okay. And then you can yoink this typography object. Yoink it. And then paste it into our light theme. This should simplify things a lot. Import text style. Okay. That's fine. This guy, I guess we're just gonna be mad at us. Okay. So now what's going down is, let's see here. Ouch. So now in our types, we don't need this. And delete this now. We still want text color. We can still have text type. That's fine. Now variant. I think variant we can throw in there. And then if variant is like, honestly, like, I might just straight up get rid of the semi-bold and underline. We can always just throw underline in there. Because we can pass whatever styles that we want. So like what we could do is just keep it kind of like this. And we don't even need the align, honestly. Like the align is kind of overkill as well. If we go back into our text. And we might rename this to variant. And then call this variant. Or text variant. And then text variant. Really, I don't know how much. Like, I don't really know how much we're actually going to need of this. Yeah, and then this will be like. Then we'll have our H1s and stuff. So then, in text, now variant will be like body medium to start. Color we can still pass. And then basically what we could do is we say const text styles is equal to our theme.typography of variant as text variant, or as, let's just see if this works. It does work. Then we can delete this. Okay, yeah, I'm meant to in stream and deal with my daughter. Then we can have style. And we can add text styles and style. Okay.